Welcome everyone to our second event on our Family History in Greater Philadelphia group page. We want to thank everyone who joined us last week and made posts on our group page. We look forward to your sharing your experiences and the feelings you have as you capture your family history. Today, we also want to give a special shout out to Keith Wills up Readingway for his early and enthusiastic response. Thanks, Keith. We met many of you in our first session last Thursday. For those of you who are joining for the first time, my name is Mark Nye. My wife Shelley and I live in Marple Township, Pennsylvania. In our church, we serve as area temple and family history consultants for the Philadelphia Council. Personally, I've been involved in family history for over 25 years, and I'm an avid user of FamilySearch.org. My wife Shelley also serves as the director of the Valley Forge Family History Center located in Broomall, Pennsylvania. Today our topic is getting started on Family Search. Capturing your family history and memories on FamilySearch.org is free and it's fun. Following our session last week, we posted a short instructional video on our group page showing how to create a free account on FamilySearch.org. Perhaps many of you have already done that. That's a great thing. For those of you who have not, we encourage you to watch the instructional video on our group page.
Last week, we talked about why Family Search does so much for everyone for free. The reason is based in our doctrinal belief that families are meant to be central to our lives. Family relationships are intended to continue beyond this life. As our hearts turn to our ancestors, they also turn to our descendants. Personally, I want to record the things I know and the things that I find in Family Search. It is a place where my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren will have a place where it's free access to information on the shared family tree.
I know many of us use the terms family history and genealogy interchangeably because we know what we're talking about. But have you ever wondered how a child would describe genealogy? Well, just before today's session, we posted a short, very cute video that captures their answers. It is titled, "What is Genealogy?" We hope you will find it fun to watch.
We'd like to share our screen with you now. This is an adorable picture of a baby. It says, "You mean to tell me your real name isn't Grandma? What are you teaching the next generation about your family?" This slide reminds me of a time when my oldest granddaughter and I were skipping down the sidewalk. Suddenly, she stopped. She was just a preschooler and she wasn't clear on grandmas, and she said, "Are you sure you're a grandma?" I answered her and said, "Not only am I a grandma, but I am your grandma." It was a special moment for me to reinforce to her how much she meant to me.
Today, we want to help you fine-tune your account so that you get the most of it. Family Search allows us all to collaborate together and share with each other globally. As we work together with our families, I know that we will strengthen these most important relationships. This slide basically shows us the landing page or the front page of the FamilySearch.org website. Those of you who have not yet created your free account, I've circled the Create Account button that you would click in order to do just that. Now I want to tell you a little bit more about how to make the most of your account. Once I have an account, you will see that my full name appears in the upper right-hand corner. I've also loaded a picture. And on this landing page, you will often find that Family Search posts some instructive articles and ideas for us to consider engaging in family history. If I follow the red arrow down on the right and click on my name, it opens up a drop-down menu, and I'm going to click on Settings. The first page it'll bring me to is the account page. You'll see there's a menu across the top of the page. And on this is basically the information about my account. And you'll see on the right, next to my full name and next to birth date, that I can choose to keep that private, or I can make those pieces of information public. But this is where your basic account information is. If I were to make any changes on this page, a blue button, Save Changes, will appear at the bottom. I need to make sure I click that Save Changes, otherwise they will not be saved. Now I'm going to move across the menu at the top to the Contact button. And here is the instructions I provide to FamilySearch as to how I would prefer to be contacted with my name and other details. I can choose, as I did on the other page, which of these pieces of information I want to keep private or that I want to share publicly. I've chosen to share my email, and then I've also enabled another window down at the very bottom that's called Relationships, Enable Relationship Viewing. If I make that public, that allows other users in Family Tree to view their relationship with me. If we happen to be related, we might be a fourth cousin, we might be a sixth cousin, something like that. But if I've enabled that relationship viewing and others have done the same, we can both see how we're related. It's a fun feature. And again, if I make any changes, I want to click Save Changes. Now moving across the top to the next tab, Notifications. There are several things here as in terms of the way you can receive information. I just want to highlight two of them. The first one in the middle of the page is the watch list. If I click that box and make it blue, that will prompt a weekly email that I'll receive that indicates any activity on pages of individuals who I've been watching. So if someone else adds a record, makes a change to a person's page, each week FamilySearch will send me an email indicating who is doing that and what the activity is. It keeps me active on certain pages that I find interesting. The next one that I've circled is messages from other users. It's in essence an internal email system to FamilySearch, so you can communicate with other users rather than having to share your email address and so forth. I find that very useful. If you do not make your email public or viewable on the earlier pages we were talking about, it's important you at least check this box so people can correspond with you within FamilySearch. The circle up on the right-hand side indicates that I've put my notification in English. Those notifications can come to me in a number of languages. I've selected the drop-down menu there, and that's only about half the list. So again, you could receive notifications and information in other languages other than just English. Now we'll talk about preferences.
There are so many ways FamilySearch has made it easy and convenient to learn how to do family history. So easy, many children are learning how to use this site. There are also many teenagers who are using teaching family members, grandparents, and their friends to use FamilySearch. In fact, my granddaughter I mentioned in my story is now 11 years old, and she actively uses FamilySearch.
Family history is such a blessing to everyone when it is done as a family. Boyd K. Packer, who is a past apostle of our church, said this: if you don't know where to start, start with yourself. If you don't know what records to get and how to get them, start with what you have. Everyone can get a cardboard box and start to put things about your family in it. He continued to say, family history work has the power to do something for the dead. It has an equal power to do something to the living.
There are lots of ways to get help for FamilySearch as you're learning. This is actually in the Help Center directly on FamilySearch.org. You can see to the right of the screen, there's a drop-down menu when you click Help, and it says Help Center. I have clicked that button showing the symbols here, and then you can select what you want to learn about. Notice there is in the red box a help number. This is a great 24-7 support. They're friendly, and I really highly recommend it. The number is 1-866-406-1830. Another way to get help on FamilySearch is to use the FamilySearch blog. This is the best way to actually stay totally current. To find the blog, on the bottom of most any page, you will see I've circled in red their blog. Just click on blog and it will take you directly there. There are many categories in the blog and it's searchable and you can subscribe to stay informed. This is just an example of naturalization records. They go by topic and many other kind of announcement type articles. This one particularly is that announcement type thing. 5 ways to celebrate National Library Week from home, and down at the bottom you can see that you can watch free webinars from FamilySearch experts. Here's an example of when I've clicked that search webinars. You can notice that they have all kinds of categories: basic things, how to research, and very specific country helps. Another way to get help that's very interactive and very specific to you and where you can share back to your community is you see in the help drop-down menu I've circled community. This is what the page looks like. It says welcome to FamilySearch community. You can ask questions, you can browse, you can answer questions, you can find a group to participate in or create a group. Here's an example of when you click community groups. At the top are some popular groups that are currently being looked at. Then on the left side you can see the groups, my groups. These are the ones that you have joined. And in the middle they have an alphabetized list starting with adoption, African American research, and such things like that. This is a specific example of the Pennsylvania group. I've given you 2 examples of recent blog posts. One of them is, this lady says, hello, my 3rd great grandparents were married in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1893. That is a question that I get a lot in the Family History Center. She has the marriage certificate number, which she found on FamilySearch, and now she wants to find more information. I love the fact that she listed the names of her grandparents and their ID numbers from FamilySearch. Great answers in that blog to her questions. Then the other thing in the Pennsylvania blog that I thought was great that is current is a German paleographic seminar, which is reading old German handwriting. These are beginning levels and they were recorded last fall, so you have opportunity to re-see those. The last help that I want to share with you is not actually on FamilySearch. It is an official affiliate of FamilySearch, however. And here's the website address, www.thefhguide.com. If you just Google search the Family History Guide, you're going to go to a different website. So please take note of the logo there up in the upper left corner and their web address. Why I'm referencing this to you is because they have great training on how to use FamilySearch. Notice there in the FamilySearch drop-down menu, number 1 is Family Tree. I have clicked that, and then you can see on the right there is a YouTube video that is made by FamilySearch and by the Family History Guide. There are links to the FamilySearch wiki. It's a great step-by-step guide that's very specific with lots of computer aid help if you're unfamiliar using computers. Makes it very easy to use FamilySearch, one that I recommend. So our invitation to you today is to connect with others on FamilySearch, join a community group, and check out the Family History Guide.
Thanks, Shelley. I know from my own experience that helping and sharing with others brings an increase of joy and blessings in our life. This actually reminds me of a scripture where the Lord says, "When ye shall assemble together, ye shall instruct and edify one another." I think we're doing just that in our group. We hope many of you will post your learnings, experiences, and the blessings you enjoy as a result of your doing family history. Well, it's been great to be with you. We hope you'll join us again on Thursday. Our next topic will be connecting yourself with a worldwide family tree. Thanks again.
Goodbye.